everybody. Welcome back to your next Monday edition of the Weekly, and happy Valentine's Day. This is your update video for Monday, February 14th, 2022. I've got several things for you today. And sorry, looks like I'm having some connection issues here, but I think we're still live. Yeah. Anyway, we had a really good start to choir the other evening. However, as is usually the case, as we start out, our numbers were pretty low, and we could use more of you to help out with our upcoming performances. We have some performances coming up in a week, or in a couple of weeks. On February 27th, we've got one coming up on Sunday, March 27th, then Monday, Thursday, and of course Easter. And we could really use your help with this. So vocalists on the worship team, I'm going to be reaching out to you guys this week to ask for your help. And then anybody watching here who can jump in and help out. It would be really great, and we could really use your help. I know that many of you are passionate about having a good, robust choir program, and so anything that you can do to make that possible is going to be really necessary right now. So thanks for your help in advance on that. Okay, so let's now jump in to the weekly. I want to talk about DNOW, which is coming up this. There we go, DNOW coming up February 18th through 20th, this Friday night through Sunday, and really, I think every position is staffed. The main thing that I just want to present to you guys today is the opportunity for you to pray for this event that's coming up. This is an activity. This is an event where it's a great it's a great opportunity for our students to pull away and to hear from God, and to also build some really deep connections with one another and with some of their leaders. And so I want you to pray that God's Spirit will be working with them. I also want to encourage you to come and be a part of the worship services and help disciple these students in what it means to have a life centered around the worship of God. I'm often disappointed. Let me say that. I'm often disappointed when I go to student events, not just here, but other places, student events or events with a lot of kids under 18 years old, and to see the lack of involvement from adults. I'll just put it that way. And I think that we have such a great opportunity to pour into the next generation, to disciple, to make relationships with them, and to just be an example for what it means to be God's people gathered together in worship. And I don't want us to miss that. Now, I understand we all have schedules and we all have things going on, but let me encourage you to prioritize your investment in these students. Teaching a small group, I'm not sure what that looks like, but I do know that we should all be doing something to disciple the next generation. So let me encourage you in that. Pick something that is aligned with how God has wired you, whether you're teaching or music or just, being a listening ear. Pick something that aligns with how God has wired you and jump in and get involved. And pray for DNOW. Pray for DNOW. It's a big event coming up. Okay, next thing today that I want to make sure is on your radar, and that's our next worship night, which is going to be in just a few weeks. We're about 8 weeks away now from worship night. Sunday, April 10th, 2022. It'll be 6 o'clock p.m., and this is Palm Sunday. This is the Sunday before Easter. I want you to make this a priority and come be a part of it. Again, I've talked about worship nights in the past and why they're so important, why they're so crucial. And I won't go so in depth today, but all that to say that worshiping together as the church is absolutely essential to the mission that God has given us. Everything we do as God's children should be an overflow of our worship. So that means an overflow of studying scripture together, an overflow of prayer, an overflow of singing songs together, an overflow of gathering around the table to have communion together. Everything we do as God's children and as God's people should be an overflow of our worship. And these worship nights, we have 4 of them this year. It's just an opportunity for us to build a great foundation and a great base for that overflow to happen. Okay, and then the final event that I want to make sure is on your radar is Maundy Thursday. Maundy Thursday. All right, this will be the Thursday before Easter. This year is April 14th, so it's right at 2 months from today. This year's event, of course, will be in the chapel, and the choir will be presenting 3 songs, 3 pieces, I should say, during this year's Maundy Thursday service. So let me encourage you to think quite like it throughout the rest of the year. And so I think it's a really important time to focus on the crucifixion of Christ and to focus on the suffering that he went through in aligning his will to the will of the Father's, as he I shouldn't use the word again, as he willingly took upon the cross upon his shoulders, and took the sin and the wrath of God upon his shoulders. So I want you to make that a special part of your Easter this year, and an important part of your Easter this year as we go into that season. Okay, wrapping things up today, let's go over to Sunday's service. I will say that this Sunday's service, there are still a few things that we are working on nailing down. So I'm going to give you the big broad brush strokes, and then, as we typically do whenever everything is finalized, I'll reach out to you and I'll send you all a text letting you know that things are set in stone. Okay, so to start off with, we pre-service this Sunday morning, we're doing a song. It's an older one, but it's called All Because of Jesus. We will do that pre-service this Sunday morning, and then we've got baptisms here. We'll then have probably a 3-song set right here. One of the songs we're looking at pulling might possibly be Grace Alone, which would make our set House of the Lord, All My Hope, and Christ Our Hope in Life and Death. Like I said, I'll follow up on that once we finalize, but that's what we're looking at now. And then we'll have, of course, the message. And after the message, we will have the whole band back up. And we're actually looking at Pulling Softly and Tenderly and putting in Graves into Gardens. And that'll be kind of the short version that we typically do, but it'll be the full band then back on stage at the very end. And of course, we'll end the service with the benediction. And that's what we've got planned so far. Like I said, once everything is finalized with the set, we'll be reaching back out to you via text. I hope this is helpful information for you all. If you have any questions, do feel free to comment below and or reach out via text or email. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. I hope you guys have a great week. Like I said, if you have an opportunity and can make it in this weekend for DNOW, you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed by worshiping together with some of the younger members of our congregation. And then, of course, Sunday morning, I'll see you all there as well. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you next weekend. Take care, everybody.